Doshiteru Yokuso YouTube, and welcome to another battle. Yes, this is battle number 94 of my Shogun Avatar Conquest series. Today on the Kanto Plains, beautiful flat-ish map, I am facing the free something. It is you can just guess as to what the censoring there might be, but yep. Kanto Plains, flat map, not a lot of shrubbery as you can see on the minimap here, so it's pretty much going to be a straightforward battle. Not going to be a lot of you know, trickery going around, or so I thought. Today's army that I brought is pretty much a samurai army, and I was hoping that my samurai build would help me in pretty much taking care of any sort of build that my opponent throws at me, but what I had coming was not expected. Let's go ahead and actually completely pause the battle because this is going to be a fast one, guys. You can see here on the left I've got one unit of Kazeno Seikon, and these are my Yari cavalry. Pretty special units, these guys. I've had them since I started the series. Over here on the left I've got a Yari Ashigaru, and you can see I've got 3 more and then another one, so I've got 5 Yari Ashigaru. These guys are pretty much my cavalry ward. They stop my opponent's cavalry from doing any sort of you know, trickery, and due to the fact that there are 5 of them, I can pretty much use them in a very versatile manner. I can use them as a frontline absorber, I can use them as a flanking deterrent, I can even use them to support my own cavalry, but I don't have many of that. I only have another light cav here in the trees, similar to my Yari cav, and you can see that there are little spaces here in these forests, and I actually want to make a dash and go through them to try and sort of get around my opponent. So let's take a look at the rest of my army. I've got 3 units of my Matsuda no Ashigaru, and these are my clan named bow units. They've got 5 ranks each, and they can definitely shoot. They've got a lot of nice upgrades on them. Cost me about 670, I think, with the trading post and inspiring orator retainers, which I think I am running in this fight. And then I have 4 units of my katana samurai, and you can see that these are going to be the beef and meat bone, the main bone of my army. They're going to be the pretty much what the whole army relies on to win the infantry fight. At the back here, 2 more units of my Yari cavalry, and these Yari cavalry are going to be pretty much a very sharp edge of a very thin blade. These guys are going to be just basically allow me to get charges off and maybe fend off enemy cav. They are sort of well upgraded. You see 4-3 chevrons each, but not much. And here is the infamous Matsuda Kagemaru in his awesome costume. So let's go ahead and hit play now. So you've seen my army. My opponent's army looks extremely small. He's got some fire rockets and a lot of spear units here. He's got some Naginata attendants, some Yari Ashigaru. He's got a Yari hero, a bulletproof samurai, which from its name does really well against a matchlock unit. So you can see that I'm just like advancing, and I'm like, what the? How does he only have this? I know there are hidden units all over the map here, so all I need to do is just be careful. You can see that I'm going to start moving my troops a little bit forward to try and capture the buildings, and look at this, guys. Hidden units, and these are Kisho Ninja. Yes, my opponent has brought a lot of ninjas, and unfortunately for him, my units come out of the hiding as well, and I'm gonna hit those ninjas from the side, slowing their advances. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ninja units, and you can see here he actually used the ability that smoke grenade and bombs, flash bombs, sorry, and the regular grenades, and he actually caused his own units to rout. So you can see now my opponent is just going to try to get a little bit closer to my line. I'm going to charge him with my Yari cavalry again. I don't want these units to get close to me, so you can see that I'm like scrambling right now. This was definitely an unexpected move. And I've been seeing this a lot on Shogun lately, actually. Kisho Ninja builds that place the units a lot close to your army and just sort of bum rush you. And it seems to work well against units that are composed heavily of Naginata attendants and sword attendants. But when you react like this and you pull your forces back and try to recompose yourself, you do well. My opponent is not going to stop, however. His harassment is going to continue in the form of these fire rockets. Now, fire rockets are not as formidable as they actually look. They're quite inaccurate when they're targeting enemy units, and they don't really do that much damage. They do have a nice morale effect, but I don't think it's enough to really do much. So my opponent is going to be sending his Kisho Ninja here. Now his Kisho Ninja do have a lot of attack, You can see that they're sitting at 15 and 15, but they're no match for my Katana Samurai, who have 23 attacks. So you can see that this Katana Samurai unit is going to start racking up the kills here. Look at that, 43, 44, 45, 46, 45, 50. These guys are just getting destroyed here. And I'm going to actually pull my Yari Ashigaru forward here, and you can see that my opponent is targeting the completely wrong units. Should be targeting this blobby mess here, so I'm going to put my Yari Ashigaru into the shield wall formation, which makes them pretty much stand their ground and be a little bit more defensive. And you can see here what I've done. I'm pretty much forcing all my opponent's forces into this little area here. I've got a nice little swing around with my own Yari Ashigaru and some light cab in the action there. And now I'm going to bring the rest of my units who have been victorious in fighting the enemy ninjas. I'm going to bring them in from the side. Katana Samurai coming in. I also have some more Yari cavalry still alive in the battle. And you can see my opponent still showering me now. He's trying to snipe my general, but I'm not really too worried about that. The chances of that happening are not much. And now you can see finally my Naginata warrior monks here actually wavering before my Yari Ashigaru, which is kind of funny. And you can see this one Yari Ashigaru unit still standing it out. It held all this massive blob, and this is why I like this unit so much. You can see here, I was trying to swing around with my light cap. I saw an enemy ninja unit, so I did charge it and get a lot of damage on it. So my opponent's still continuing, trying to do his best, but now I'm going to go ahead and activate my war cry. My opponent's weaker spear units are going to be no match for my sword infantry, which pretty much are going to win me now the rest of the fight. You can see that my opponent still has some hidden units here in the back, but as do I. I think this unit came back from mounting, but I'm not really paying attention to it at this stage. My opponent really doesn't have much, but his units are sort of holding out one last stand here. I think that's his Yari hero, indeed it is. And you can see here on the right side, he tries to charge me with a Kisho Ninja unit. I do see that, and I'm going to run back here before my unit routes and target these units with the rest of my bow units. So you can see the Yari hero, probably the unit with the most defense in the game, standing up to all these units now. You see they've got 44 morale, so they're pretty much really hard to break unless you kill all of them. So there they are, fighting off all of my forces pretty much combined. Now it's starting to finally waver. My opponent did try to inspire them, but they're simply not going to be able to hold on. So good game to my opponent, the Free. I'm just gonna call him the Free. You can see here, stand and fight. So my opponent tried a bold maneuver here. He tried to use a rush aspect, but I don't think, one, the map helped him, and two, I think I had a good amount of cavalry and was able to weaken his ninja assault force before it got closer. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe, and as always, this is GD. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.